Hi everybody! In today's video, I'm going to be going through the lesson for solving two-step equations. So here's the idea. Today we are working on solving equations where there are two numbers by x. For example, here's x, and on the left side of the equal sign, along with the x, there are actually two different numbers. The first number is 2, and the second number is -3. That means that in order to get x by itself, we are going to need to undo two different operations. Here's another example. In this second example, x is on the left-hand side of the equal sign, and there are two numbers by x. There's a 3 and there's a 4. In order to get x by itself, we're going to need to undo two numbers. Let's start by going over the rules. When we are reversing, we always start by reversing the number that is farthest away from x. This part right here is super important. The order that you go in matters. It gives you the right answer if you go in the right order, and it gives you the wrong answer if you go in the wrong order. So you need to always start with the number that's farthest away from x. Let's look at some examples. In problem number 1, first I'm going to find the x, which is on the left-hand side, and I'm going to see that there are two numbers by x. I'm going to start with the number that is farthest away. In this case, the +5 is farthest away from x. So first, I'm going to reverse that by doing -5 on both sides. When I do that, the 3x copies down, and we get 35 minus 5, which is 30. Now there's only one number by x, and since there's no space in between, this is a multiplication problem. That means that I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides in order to reverse that number, which means we get x equals, and 30 divided by 3 is 10. Now that I have x by itself, I know that I'm done with this problem. Number 2. X is on the left-hand side of this equation. If I look at what numbers are on the same side as x, I can see that there's a 5 and there's a -11. In order to get x by itself, I need to reverse both of those numbers, starting with the one that is farthest away. In this case, the -11 is farthest away from x. So to reverse that, I need to +11 on both sides. When I do that, the -11 and the +11 reverse each other. And 49 plus 11 is 60. On the left-hand side, I'm just going to have the 5x left. Next, I need to reverse the 5. Again, when there's no space in between the number and the letter, that's a multiplication problem. So I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides. When I do that, the 5's cancel, and we get x equals 60 divided by 5, which is 12. In problem number 3, I'm going to start by drawing my line. Now in this problem, the x is on the right-hand side. By the x, there is a 9 and a +1. I need to reverse both of those numbers, starting with the one that is farthest away from x. So first, I'm going to subtract 1, and that gives me Negative 80 minus 1, which is negative 81 on the left side. And on the right side, I'm just going to drop down the 9x. Now I need to reverse the 9. Again, this is a multiplication problem. So to reverse that, I'm going to divide by 9. When I do that, I will get negative 81 divided by 9, which is negative 9, equals, and the 9's cancel, so I just get x. Again, I know that I'm done when the x is by itself. In problem number 4, I'm going to start by drawing a vertical line through my equal sign. In order to get the x by itself, I need to see that there are two numbers by x. There's the 6 and the negative 5. I'm going to start by reversing the number that is farthest away from x. So I am going to add 5 on both sides. On the left-hand side, 7 plus 5 is 12. And on the right-hand side, I get 6x. This means multiplication, so I'm going to divide by 6. On the left-hand side, 12 divided by 6 is 2, and on the right-hand side, I get x. In problem number 5, you can see that the problem looks a little bit different than the other problems that we've looked at. Let's give it a try. Again, I can see that there are two numbers by x. There's the 2 and the plus 9. I'm going to start by reversing the number that is farther away from x, which is plus 9. So I'm going to subtract 9 on both sides. That gives me x divided by 2 as my drop down equals 31 minus 9, which is 22. Now if I look at what's left, this means division. So the opposite would be to multiply by 2, which means the 2's cancel and I get x equals 22 times 2 is 44. In problem number 6, we're going to start by finding the numbers that are by x. There's a divide by 8 and a minus 15. We're going to reverse the number that is farther away from x first. So we're going to undo the minus 15 and we're going to do plus 15. That means that the x divided by 8 drops down. On the other side, I have negative 9 plus 15 is 6. Then I'm going to multiply by 8 because this symbol means division, and the opposite of division is multiplication. So the 8's reverse each other, and we get x equals 6 multiplied by 8, which is 48. Again, problem number 7 is a slightly different style of problem than our previous examples. Let's see what we can do. First, I'm going to look at the numbers that are by x. I see a plus 5 and I see a 9. I'm going to start by reversing the number that is farther away, which is the 9. So I need to know that this symbol means division. The opposite of division is multiplication, so I'm going to multiply by 9. That means that the 9's cancel, and I'm just going to copy down the x plus 5. On the left side, 2 times 9 is 18. And then I need to undo this plus 5, which means I'm going to subtract 5. And 18 minus 5 is 13 equals x. Number 8. We're going to draw a line through our equal sign. There are two numbers by the x, the minus 6 and the 2. We're going to start by reversing the number that is farther away, which is the 2. So we need to realize that this operation is division. That means that we're going to multiply by 2 on both sides. When we do that, 15 times 2 is 30. And on the other side, we have x minus 6. Then we're going to add 6 on both sides, because adding is the opposite of subtracting. 30 plus 6 is 36, and we're just going to have the x. The next few problems are slightly different because they all have negative numbers in them. But the good news is we can use the same strategies to figure them out. So we're going to draw a vertical line through our equal sign. There are 2 numbers by this x, the -4 and the +12. We're going to start by reversing the number that is farthest away first. So we're going to subtract 12 on both sides. That means that we have -4x, that's our drop down, equals -16 minus 12, which is -28. Then we're going to reverse this number. Now remember, the operation here is multiplication, even though we're multiplying by a negative number. It is not subtraction. So we're going to divide by -4, and that means that we get the -4's cancel, and we get x equals -28 divided by -4 is 7. I'm actually going to stop the video there for today. The basic idea is the same, no matter whether there's a positive or a negative number. Thank you so much for watching. Please